Is that your new bed? Hello friends, welcome back to another 18th century Scarlet Witch sewing vlog. This week I will be focusing on the waistcoat. I made the waistcoat pattern last week, so if you would like to check out that video, you can do so. I will link it below as well as in the cards. And again, I will be using a reference for this waistcoat. I do hope I can add some kind of trim to the waistcoat, but I didn't factor in for trim when I was working on the front of it. So we will have to see how this goes. I will be using silk taffeta from Silk Baron. I believe it is the dark cherry color. I will also be using the handkerchief linen that I purchased for the undershirt. For this costume, I'm going to be using that for the back as well as the lining for everything but the skirt. The skirt of the peplum of the waistcoat will also be made out of the silk. And then also I'm going to use the scraps of the silk taffeta to make the buttons for the front of the waistcoat. I'm gonna see if I like them for the waistcoat on the wool, or I'll use wool, or I'll do something else. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I was just kind of focusing on one garment at a time, and as I do things and explore new techniques, figure it out from there. So let's get started. Alright, so I just wanted to show y'all basically the interface piece. This is the lining for the front. I haven't cut out the silk yet, but I wanted to get the interfacing done. And then this is just what it looked like before, or like how it was before. So it doesn't actually stiffen it quite that much, which is actually what I want. I'm not looking for super structure or anything like that. I'm just looking for a little bit more body and a little bit more stability so that there's potentially, hopefully, less wrinkling when I actually make it out of the taffeta. All right, so I got the linen pieces done, the whole lining basically portion of the waistcoat, and I can't really do any other steps until my silk needles get here, so I'm calling it for the day. I have to go sketch for something else anyway, so I'm kind of cutting it a little short for today. I'm considering starting my Friday off with looking at the list of things I need to purchase for the writing habit. So whatever materials I need for the lining, for the inside collar bits, all of that, I'm gonna look and see what I need and maybe purchase a bunch of stuff then, which would include the tie for the back of the waistcoat. I haven't decided if I'm gonna spiral tie it, which is the historical way, or do the crossover tie, which is what I did in my fitting. But I have a little bit of time to figure that out. So with that being said, I will be back Friday and we'll get some more of this done. I'm hoping that I can get the majority of it done on Friday so that we'll be left with buttons and trim, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what shenanigans will happen on Friday. Yay! Oh, hello. Welcome back. Happy Friday. So today I am working on the waistcoat for my 18th century Scarlet Witch. I last left off with the lining finished, and then I think I had the silk cut out. I'm pretty sure I finished the day with the silk cut out because the silk is cut out. My silk needles have arrived, and so I can just move along and get the silk outer shell sewn up. I'm also going to sew the skirt panels and try to get basically all of the stuff sewn together so that all that's left is buttons and trim. And honestly, I think I can do all of that and then start the buttons and start playing around with the buttons and start playing around with the trim. I'm not going to add buttonholes to my waistcoat until I've figured the button situation out, but I will do the eyelets in the back of the linen, like lining part thing, you know, the linen portion. I still haven't purchased the string for that part. I also haven't purchased the things I need for the riding habit, like the actual coat. So I might do that today too. I don't know if I'll put that in here or not, but I might. And then I also do want to start playing around with trim and see what I can do and how I want to embellish it and if I want to embellish the buttons. So we've got a lot to do today and I'm excited. Also, you know, it was a really nice morning and it was really nice out right now, so I'm hoping that that means that we're gonna get a lot of work done, be highly motivated, yay, and yeah. Hello friends, welcome to Saturday where I am going to be doing some hand sewing and making some buttons because I have no desire to do a fitting right now. I mean, I might change my mind. I also have been kind of meh today and like floating in a fog, so I felt like hand sewing this and cleaning up the eyelets. I just have to undo all the threads and then possibly making some buttons would be just a good task for today, and if I can accomplish all that, then I can surely make myself do a fitting tomorrow. So there's a nice little amount of things that I can do today, and I figured maybe I can make this like the talky part of the video where I tell a story or I don't know, just talk about things. So I got my first COVID vaccine like a week and a half ago. 2 weeks ago maybe. I think it's 2 weeks ago on Tuesday because I'm getting the third one in 1 week from Tuesday. So my third one, I'm getting my second shot in 1 week from Tuesday, April 6th. And I've been like low-key making a mental like things I'd like to do list when I'm, you know, past the 2 weeks after my second shot mark, when I'm like fully vaccinated mark. And that list so far consists of getting a haircut, which is like kind of a big reason why I haven't been dyeing my hair purple anymore, is because I have to bleach my roots, which isn't a big deal to me. But then when I add the purple dye, like the dried up ends absorb a lot more of the dye than like the rest of the hair. and it doesn't make sense to me to dye my hair than when I'm gonna go get it cut, if that makes sense. I will also be honest, I had no desire to be dyeing my hair for, like, I just was lazy for quite a bit of time. It was like one of those things where right when I dyed it, I was really good about upkeep. So I dyed it, like, I've been dyeing my hair purple for 3 or 4 years now. So it's not really like new, aside from the fact that when I go, like, since August without ever touching it up, I turned pretty blonde, and it is a very big shock once the purple is back. But I dyed it in August, and I had overtoner, I think is what it's called, or overtone. It's basically like a treatment type conditioner that is for color treated hair that is that color. So it's purple, like it's the same shade purple as the actual dye. So like, but previously what you could do to kind of like keep the color vibrant for longer is add some of the dye into your conditioner, which is a totally that's an acceptable way of doing that. But Overtone came out with like 2 products or 3, a line of products basically for people that have like colorful hair to use while they are like in between dyeing your hair, so you don't have to dye it as often. And basically I was doing that for until like November. Like my hair was pretty purple until about November. Well, no, I would say like October. And then I ran out, and I was waiting for some more to come, and I was like, this is the perfect time to re-dye my hair. And I was totally going to do it, and I just kept putting it off and kept putting it off. And then in December, I started training for my half marathon, where I was running and sweating 3 to 4 days a week. And I was like, maybe I should just wait until I have like a break, or like, you know, I typically don't wash my hair every day. I don't think that like it's healthy for your hair to wash your hair every day. I'm not a beautician, by the way. I have been bleaching and dyeing my own hair since I was like 13 or 14 years old. So I know how to do my hair. I don't think I could ever help somebody do their own because I don't have the information. I just know how to do my own, and so I do it. Which is also why I don't pay a salon to do it, because it's hundreds of dollars, and while, yeah, they could do something crazy and awesome, I really can't justify spending that kind of money at a salon to dye my hair purple or multicolored when, like, I'm willing to attempt it at home. And it cost me around $30. So I just, so I didn't dye my hair, and I dropped the ball in December, and I kept saying, oh, like every other week I only ran 3 days. So I was like, well, one of those weeks I should dye my hair, like bleach it one night, dye it the next night. And I just never did it. So here we are. However many months August to March is. Oh my God, that's like a lot. That's like 6-7 months. And I haven't done anything in my hair. So I think my plan is, like, obviously when I have made it, I'll probably make an appointment before then, but make an appointment to get my hair cut 2 weeks after my COVID shot, which actually aligns pretty well with my race. So my virtual race weekend is April 17th and 18th, I think. 16th and 17th, something like that. It's a Friday and a Saturday. That's like the virtual race weekend that the race was supposed to be on. And like, obviously I could choose any weekend, but it's a good weekend. Like, whatever. So I will be running a 10K on Saturday and a half marathon on the Sunday, the day after. And basically the week after that, the Tuesday after that will be like 2 weeks since I've gotten my second shot. So I'll probably sometime that week get a haircut and then dye my hair, and that way I can go an entire week without washing my hair. I will use a lot of dry shampoo. Some people get grossed out by like saying that, so I do apologize if you're squeamish and you think it's gross that like I'm not going to wash my hair for a week, but guess what? You don't have to smell me, so that's good. But I'll probably dye my hair that week, and then I'll have purple hair. That'll be so great. Something that my partner noticed was like, when I look at photos of myself with purple hair, I like romanticize, I guess, that. And he even said, "Do you just need to dye your hair? Will that make you feel better?" And I was like, yeah, it will. Which is totally true. Like, my purple hair, there's like something special to me about being able to like have my purple hair, and I do my makeup more because I do my eyebrows purple with it. That's the next thing on my to-do list is get my eyebrows waxed. I probably do these all in the same day. I don't really know how to shape my own eyebrows, and I rely heavily on getting them waxed every like 2 months. Like, I can do upkeep for up to 2 months, and then like things kind of just go crazy and I can't understand what's happening to my face anymore. So I need to get my eyebrows done. And like a big part of like my identity and how I see myself is the purple hair with the purple eyebrows, and like the fun makeup with my like, you know, vampy lipstick that I love to use, and just the overall like dark aesthetic, dark academia, that kind of stuff. Even like now when it's spring, I still like to do like spring colors and lighter colors. Like, obviously I'm wearing a white and red with some green, but I really do feel the most like myself with my hair purple and my nails painted, which is why earlier in the video I was like, I painted my nails, or earlier this week I was like, I had to. It just, I don't know, those kinds of things just make me feel like good, like just good, like not just good about myself, but make me feel good. So that's, you know, that's some of my list of things I'd like to do when I am fully vaccinated. And it is, you know, obviously you still have to wear masks and hand sanitize, but I will feel better and safer doing these things when I am, you know, fully vaccinated. The other thing I was thinking about was getting a massage, especially because that will be the week after my race, and it's really important. Like previous races, Toby's always gotten me a massage, because my body is kind of effed up for a few days after a race, even a virtual one, and especially how much I've been pushing myself. Like, my body's just a little like messed up. Like, I ache and I pain for a few days after a race, which is totally fine. But I think a massage the couple, like 2 days after, would be a really smart decision, and I think that I deserve it, and I think that it would be so lovely. Getting my eyebrows waxed, I didn't do that until I was 17, and my older sister took me. She's my stepsister, so our family is weird. I have a very strange family, but so my stepsister finally took me to get my eyebrows waxed because I was told as a little girl that I was never allowed to touch my eyebrows because if I would touch them, they wouldn't grow back. Yeah. So anyway, my biological mom never really taught me how to take care of my skin. Like, her way of me taking care of my skin was washing it with bar soap and, every now and then using a cotton swab and alcohol, like rubbing alcohol and wiping it off. And I know now as an adult that is one of the worst things you can do, but that's what she told me. And until I think I was in college, maybe, I didn't really have like a great understanding of makeup or what to do to my face. I didn't have a I didn't start moisturizing my face until probably 3 years ago. And it was never a routine until August of this year. So I tried like lots of different products. I signed up for Ipsy back in, oh gosh, like 4 years ago, maybe, to get products to like, and the Sephora one as well. I did both to get products to have a better understanding about makeup and my face. But my like routine was to just wash my face, and I have the same face wash. I think it was like Clean and Clear and Neutrogena or something that I used forever. Like it was the same thing that I used just all the time. And that's what I would use on my face. And then finally, like, I got Ipsy and I started researching like cleansers and toners and serums and eye creams and moisturizers, but I never really had a routine. I just kind of like would Google what these things are and how to use them, and then like never really commit to using them or commit to a routine. So finally, like right after lockdown, oh, no, it wasn't. It was in the summer. My friend Lysandra joined like a beauty company, and she was teaching me a lot about face and taking care of my skin and moisturizing and like how just all of it, right? Like it's a lot to learn. Learning how to take care of your face and your skin, especially when you put as much makeup on like I do for cosplay. When I do the full getup, it's a lot of makeup. So like she just taught me how to take care of my face for that kind of stuff. And then for my birthday this August, my partner got me like a complete set of like products that she suggested, and I finally got into a routine. And that, like, I think about a month or two after doing that routine, I want to say it was like almost October, I started like being confident filming without makeup and like talking on Instagram stories without makeup, and like I was always confident doing like fittings and things like that without makeup. Like that just didn't bother me, except I did kind of hit like a weird downer moment when that Ariel getting dressed video got like 2 million views on TikTok, and 90% of the comments were how ugly I was and how I forgot to put makeup on. That kind of like sucked. But I think like anytime things like that happen, like there's only so much you can handle of people telling you like you're ugly, like you look like a man, for you in one small time period. I think it was like a week. For you to be like, okay, I'm just going to get off this app now. Or, okay, I'm just going to put 10 pounds of makeup on every time I put on something just to take a fitting. So, like, I don't know, though. In October, I started feeling confident to just be out of makeup and, like, start, like, really loving myself and who I, like, what I look like and who I am, and accepting that some of these parts of my face and me, like, they're me. Like, that's what makes me me, and that's okay. That is a very long tangent, going off of my things that I want to do when I'm fully vaccinated. But like, hey, whatever. I'm really curious, like, does anyone else have one of those lists, like the things that you want to do that you haven't been able to do for a year, when you're fully vaccinated? Obviously vacations and stuff are still things that you can't do, like big conventions and things. Obviously, those kinds of things still are going to take some time because more people have to get vaccinated and etc. But, like, are there small things that you want to do that you haven't been able to do during lockdown because of COVID, or you might only been able to do once because of COVID? Another one for me, I don't know if this is even open anymore. The main reason why I haven't checked is because I'm afraid it's closed. But we have a really cool fabric warehouse out here. I really shouldn't go because every time I go to this fabric warehouse, it's got like fabrics that are $2 to $4 a yard that sometimes you can find silk for $2 to $3 a yard. You can buy like leather, like bits that are like you just pull the whole piece and like that is $3, stuff like that. And it's all overstock, or like companies themselves can sell it, like fabric.com couldn't sell it, or, you know, wherever else that, and so like they send it to this warehouse and it is heaven, but like it's fabric shopping. So it's not necessarily safe to do. And like, it's not even fabric shopping like going to Joann's, because it's not really organized. You kind of have to dig. So I haven't gone there in over a year now, since January of 2020. I probably shouldn't, because I am trying to sew through my stash, but I kind of want to go and like set a limit of like how much money I'm allowed to spend, and then just do it, just to be like, listen, I haven't gone to this place in forever and it brings me joy. So that would, I think, be something not like right away, not a priority on my to-do list, but like I would say it's pretty high up there. Antiquing, that would be nice, like to go to an antique shop. I know a lot of people have been going to thrift stores and antique shops, but doing a little bit more of it, I think, is something I'd like to do when I'm fully vaccinated. I'd love to go on a trip, like a driving trip, not a plane trip, like to either Savannah or Asheville or to Kentucky. So those are kind of like, that's kind of my list. And we are nearing the end of this row, which means we are, depending on how I decide to edit this, it means we could be nearing the end of this chatty portion of this video. Happy Sunday, and the last like day that I'm gonna cover in this week's vlog. So I did not get around to working on the buttons yesterday. I've just been feeling a bit lethargic this week and decided to go downstairs and start researching a Halloween costume. Like making, oh God, I bought swatches. I made lists of garments to make. Like how many yards of everything I need, things like that. Obviously, I bought swatches, so I don't really know like what fabric I'm gonna buy yet. But anyway, so I couldn't make like a budget or anything. But I just I got lost and focused on that, and so I just spent some time working on that. And now I am back up here today to finish the buttons, do a fitting, get the buttons and buttonholes placed, and then decide on the trim. I have decided that the trim is not going to get finished this week during this vlog. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate the trim into the vlog in the future, because a lot of the hand sewing things I do downstairs while watching TV. I'm considering doing just a small segment of next week's vlog with the trim, like how I attach it, what kind of embellishments I'm adding, if I do add trim. Again, I'm not sure. Yeah, I will figure the trim thing out for next week. It will not be in this vlog. So with that being said, we've got buttons, a fitting, and like actually adding the buttons and buttonholes to do today. And then that's it. Okay, so we know what we need to do for the day. Let's kill the day. It is going to be rainy, so if my lighting changes, I noticed that the filter yesterday, I accidentally had it set for a different thing I was doing, and I forgot to change it. So it's a little bit warmer toned than normal, so hopefully I can correct that in editing. We'll see. Anyway, let's get some work done. So here's how we look in the the waistcoat with the no buttons. I was looking at my reference photo again, and it looks like, this is weird, okay? It looks like they put on the button side, which is going to be this side, my personal left side of the waistcoat, they put the trim like on this side of the buttons. So the buttons are down here, and there's still trim shown here. But then on the buttonhole side, which is my right side, which is here, they put the trim closer to the center. It's very strange. It's really weird. But if that's how they did it in the extant garment, that means I can add the trim. So that means I would have trim like go from here around, down the front, down this way, and this way. I'm not going to get that done in this vlog, but I want it. So I'm going to be working on it like nightly the next week or so to get it in there. So that's pretty exciting. The other thing is it wrinkles like a lot in this area, and I'm hoping that by having a button every inch it won't wrinkle so much. But I'm not really 100% sure how to manage that. I'm not super worried about it though, because the way the coat is supposed to fit over this is you should really only see this right here like this. But I like it. I mean, for my first time, my first attempt, and a lot of firsts, I made my buttons already, which is exciting. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a lot to wear. This takes me about 20 minutes to get into with help, and it's a bit warm. Not gonna lie, I'm wearing a lot of clothes right now, and it's kind of warm, but you know, I really like it. I love the color of this silk taffeta, but I really like this. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a nice first attempt at something like this. It definitely, the back, I'm not using the proper lacing. I bought some, but I think it looks pretty good. You know, I'm happy. I think it reads Scarlet Witch a little. Definitely reads Riding Habit. Alright, so I guess the next step is to add buttons and buttonholes, and that will be it for this vlog. Yay! Eva, is that your new bed? Is that your new bed? Did you claim that bed as your own? All right, friends, well, that is all for this week's vlog. I was able to successfully get the buttons and buttonholes onto the waistcoat while also having space for the trim that I would like to place on there after looking back at the extant garment or the photos that I have of the garment. I was able to make good decisions. So the next vlog is going to be a combination of mocking up the pattern from Patterns of Fashions 1. I believe it's the first one. It's the book with the 18th century stuff in it. There's Riding Habit in there. I'll show you next week, but next week we'll be mocking that up, and then I'll also be jumping in and out of the details I've been doing on the waistcoat. I'm going to be doing most of the waistcoat detailing at night in the dark, but I'll try to plan one day where there's good light in here that I can do just a tiny bit of what I'm doing so that I can show you all. But I am so excited that we are able to make that work. And I need to buy more of this trim so that I can have it for the coat, because I bought it mostly for the coat with a like, oh, fingers crossed I can make it work on the waistcoat as well. But I really did want it to work on the waistcoat too. And now I get to make it work for both. And I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I would like to give a special shout out to the lovely folks over on Patreon. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. If you would like to support my costume creations and my YouTube creating content, head on over to Patreon. Otherwise, I will be uploading another vlog next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and I will be posting quite a bit throughout the week over on Instagram. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below, tell me what you're working on, tell me what you liked about it, tell me how much you love this red fabric, because I love this red fabric, and I'll see you in a week. Happy sewing! Figuring out this waistcoat thing. It's like West Coast with waistcoat. Anyway. Mom, I just want to watch you do the photo shoot thing. Is it okay, Mom? Is it okay? I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet, I promise. I won't bark. I'll be good. The goal for this week is to get as much of the if I don't finish the waistcoat. I keep wanting to say West Coast. It's like we're talking about beer. I'm not talking about beer. I'm talking about costuming.